Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and this is officially the beginning of Halloween season on the channel. It is October, and my intention, if all goes to plan, is I'm going to be releasing 2 videos a week for the duration of October, and some of these at least, are being recorded quite far in advance. I'm trying to make sure that I get the content down early because I'm going to have a fairly busy fall, and so yes, these are being recorded in advance in the aim of making sure I can get as much content out as I would like. To that end, if there is anything that's popped up recently that I should know about, David, as I am recording it right now in this video, does not know about it yet. So yes, just please bear that in mind. If there's something that's come out that's particularly Halloween-y that I haven't made a comment about or something like that, that will be why. Today I'm going to begin with a song called Ghost of John by the Hound and the Fox, or covered by the Hound and the Fox. My understanding is that this is a fairly classic North American sort of folk song type thing, and I don't know it. It's not something that I'm familiar with being over in the UK. Maybe we had it, I'm not sure. Halloween is a little bit less of a big deal over there. At least I feel like it was. So I think there's certainly a much bigger deal made of it over here in North America, so it makes sense that there'd probably be more music surrounding it. I did have a very quick listen to a kid's rendition of it, just to get an idea for what the song was. I understand that it is around, or it can be around, and looking at the brief description that is up here on YouTube, it says a haunting Halloween approved rendition of this childhood classic, complete with the round we all know and love at the end. So it seems like we're going to get that. Rounds are interesting. I think they have a stigma attached to them of being a children's thing, but a round or a fugue is a very, very sort of known quantity in music, and there's no reason that it has to be for children alone. Indeed, Bach's Toccata and Fugue. The bit of music that follows all of that is a fugue. It's a round. That's the official term for it, so to speak. So, we're all familiar with one that we've heard as adults, and probably either in movies or as a piece of classical music, whatever it happens to be. So yeah, why not? I don't know much else about this, however. I assume it's about somebody called John who is a ghost. I don't know. It seemed to be more about a skeleton based on the one verse I listened to, just to give myself a vibe for what the song was like. As I felt like I should have some kind of context for it, given that it seems to be fairly classic. So yeah, we'll see what's coming our way. I think that's about all I have to say about this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what Riley and Mackenzie come up with. So I will just say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. The way I work, I'm going to watch this straight through from beginning to end. And then once I've done that, using the foreknowledge I've gleaned from being able to do that, I will go back and watch it again, this time pausing and interrupting and offering what commentary and analysis I feel like I can, using the knowledge that I gained from the previous viewing. So that's how I work. So if you're just here for the reaction, the first sort of quarter or so of this video is probably enough for you. Please do like the video, please do hit the subscribe button. I'm really happy with how the channel's growing and I want to keep that going, if not pick up the speed a bit. So let's, if you do happen not to be subscribed, please do so. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means a great deal to me. You can hit the notification bell and say, yes, tell me every time David posts, or no, don't tell me at all, that's fine. And if you would care to, please do head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the channel if that is something that you would like to do. Okay, without any further delay, I think let's just jump in and hear what Riley and Mackenzie have done with Ghost of John. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Ghost of John.
Ooh, I love the ambiance.
White bones with the skin all gone. Ooh, ooh, wouldn't it be chilly with no skin?
Oh, the look down the camera. Ooh, that gave me chills. Oh, this is lovely.
Have you seen the ghost of John?
Ooh, I like that.
Long white bones with the skin all gone. Ooh, ooh, wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on?
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Have you seen the ghost of John? Long white bones with the skin all gone.
I love the orchestration.
Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on?
Oh, yes, I like that.
Have you seen the ghost of long white bones with the skin?
Oh, the echo. Ooh, that's chilling.
Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin? Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin? Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's really good. See, it's so... the simplicity of the having a single verse repeated, but with different things going on underneath. That's gorgeous. Well done, both of you. That, there's so much that they've played with the quality of the sound that we're hearing. That's really effective. It is genuinely slightly chilling. I like that a lot. The choice to make it all black and white, of course, very powerful. Gives us a vibe of it sort of. There's something I think about. It's the whole thing, right? You take a sense away, the other senses become slightly stronger. So if you listen to music with your eyes closed, you might hear a little bit more. Or if you've got your eyes closed, you smells get more powerful and all that sort of thing. I feel like color plays into that a little bit. I feel I may be way off piste here. I have no medical background for this, but I feel like if you're seeing something in black and white, there's less to concentrate on. There's less color. There's less distracting you, things like that. And so I feel like it enhances the sound quality. Maybe I'm wrong. I have genuinely no idea. But the sound is so rich, and there's so much additional environmental ambience that has been added on top of that. This is great. I also love this Haunted Folk album cover. I noticed they have a whole batch of Halloween music. I don't think I'll be covering and doing another one of theirs. I've got a lot I'm hoping to put together if I find everything I'm looking for. But yeah, that's great. Let's go back and see what I can bring out of this, because that was just beautiful. I mean, my traditional 2-second stop. I love the fact that we open literally as the fade in from black hits 100% and we get the full thing. That is exactly the moment that the spade comes down. I feel like that was timed very carefully. But I do enjoy that we open on soil. I can't even stop it clear. There we go. It's tough to stop it clearly enough because it's so quickly that it happens. But we start on barren ground. You know, we can see twigs, we can see leaves, things like that. This is not ground that is currently blooming. So already we're dealing with maybe not dead things, but dormant things. That's a really, really nice start. Of course, we can immediately see black and white. And then within 1.5 seconds, thump, and down, the 3 things happening simultaneously: the spade coming down and breaking the ground, the title card coming up, and the beginning of the singing. And it's such a nice start because it gives immediate momentum to something that is going to be quite slow. it's got a kind of dirge quality to it. And yet it's, by starting with that kind of impact, it gives it an energy right from the get-go, which is really, really nice. So you don't have to build up quite so much. That's a really, really good bit of editing there. I also enjoy that we start with quite a dark, low sound that seems to be dominated by male voices. I'm assuming what's happened here is they've double-tracked themselves. There wasn't much information in the video description, but it didn't seem like there were additional singers, because I know they're very good at crediting the people who they work with. But I love that you have this focus on male voices, and yet it's Mackenzie's face, or at least the bottom half of her face, that we see first as she puts this veil on to go to come and mourn. And then I love that we immediately cut to this shot of Riley the Gravedigger, moving the earth. But what's so interesting here too is we're seeing that through this vignette that has been created by the branches and leaves of this tree. The framing is spectacular. I'm always so impressed with Hound and the Fox videos. I think the quality of the filming that goes into them is so high. For mostly, I realised there was Peter Hollins was in the Parting Glass, but for mostly being just the two of them, they do a really, really good job of making their videos very, very interesting. Yeah, I like this. Are we going to have a visitor? He says, I'm not sure. You just moved everything around in the basement, and now I'm curious as to what's going on. I want to make my opinions known. It's quite important. Come say hi. Hey. Every time he looks the other way. There you go. Hey, bud. All right, let's get on with this. Oh, I wanted to talk about the sound quality too. There's a lot of kind of echo and I think a little decay at play here that's giving this sound a very kind of, it's you could almost think it was being sung in like a cathedral, and it's just fading away in the background. Ghost of John. And I love that shift as we come into it, where you get that zoom. Is it? I'm curious. I'm trying to figure out, is that a slightly reversed cymbal, or a cymbal scrape that's being played there, or is that just a reversed note on the guitar? Because there's a very definite ring on the downbeat. And I'm not 100% sure I know what's causing it. That's really interesting. But regardless, that, and then immediately into the guitar. But then we have this background noise. Have you seen the ghost of John? This kind of going on behind everything else. You've already got a nice little bit of delay of the vocal hanging around for a little bit. Good amount of reverb there. And then on top of that, you have this very, it's almost like a wind, this sound echoing behind. And it's a lovely undercurrent. And the fact that it's always there, it's a little unsettling. And it's one of the things that makes this a little bit creepier. Really, really nicely done. The ghost of John. Oh. Long white bones with the skin all gone. I love that as he's seeing long white bones. Long white bones with the skin. With the skin. And he just bares his teeth a little bit. It's really effective. Because, I mean, what are teeth except long and white? And it's a really, really cool visual to focus right there for just that moment. That's really nice.
and all gone. Ooh, ooh, wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on?
Oh, that's so good. It's one of the qualities I love about this song is that the whoa, or whatever the notes are that are being sung. I feel like the version I listened to didn't have as many notes as this, but the slide up, this kind of spooky whoa quality, but sung and really pretty, but it still has that element of being a little bit ghostly. And then this lovely, what's so interesting to me here. Now, if you watch his eyes until he looks at the camera, there's a lot. They're looking just a little bit. They never really quite stop moving. And then this look, he holds perfectly still. That's what makes it creepy. It's not just that he's looking at the camera. It's that he's gone from being kind of looking around a little bit, and it gives you a sense that this is who this person is, and suddenly to have that unbroken contact, it's different. It's something, it makes it feel a little bit more otherworldly than just someone looking at the camera. That's a really, really good move.
With no skin on.
I love, again, we have this beautiful, rich harmony. I feel like there's definitely some double tracking going on here. I can't tell if Mackenzie's double tracked because the upper vocals are deliberately a little bit further back in the mix so that you get this kind of deep, like I say, that dirge-like quality to it. You can definitely hear her in there, but not as strongly as you hear Riley.
Have you seen the ghost of John?
This interests me so much because I feel like, and I don't have a piano here set up so that I can check this, but what I think is happening.
Have you seen the ghost of John?
That John is almost out of key deliberately so, in a way that makes that final end of that question feel very, very kind of menacing and ominous. The fact that they're kind of keeping the harmony that they're using throughout this feels quite specific. It's not like they've chosen, we're going to do all of our harmony in fifths. It's not quite that, but there's something close to it. And they're keeping a very specific harmonic sound. And it's never... let me clarify exactly how I mean this. It's never pretty, by which I mean it's not like you have these lovely triads and things like that form complete chords. It's always a little bit open. And I think that's a really, really potent choice for a song like this. I should add, not here. Here we're getting nice full chords.
Have you seen the ghost of John?
But that doesn't sound complete. It sounds like it needs to resolve somewhere. She's on a second, he's on a fifth, I think. Ghost of John. You kind of want her to go down there and settle so that we're on the bum bum bum. We've got that sound going on, but it doesn't.
Long white bones with the skin all gone.
Now we get something a little bit more contemporary. Contemporary? What am I talking about? A little bit more complete sounding. Because we're not asking a question now. We're not asking that scary question. We're simply stating what John looks like. Long white bones, no skin. That's just a fact. And so it can feel a little bit more full. Oh, even the notes they've chosen to harmonize on there. Though that's... and whatever it was he was singing. That harmony there sounds, again, complete. It doesn't have that sense of dissonance going on. But here... And what is it he sings? It's that note there. He's not singing against the he sings there. That is a tritone, which is something I've discussed previously. It is an augmented fourth or a diminished fifth, depending on how you choose to look at it, which is to say you go to the fourth and then you go up a half note, or you go to the fifth and you go down a half note. Bum, bum. There's your octave. And then in the middle of that, bum, 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 right there. That's your tritone. Bum, bum, bum. It's going down. It's the note that is the furthest possible between those two, the two notes that form the octave. It is inherently slightly creepy, just by the sound, if it is not reinforced with other notes. It is also a part of, for example, a dominant seventh chord going into a perfect cadence, and that's fine because it's reinforced by other notes that make it sound fuller and more complete. But on its own, a bare tritone is quite noticeable, and that's what we're getting there. You can hear it as it passes through. It doesn't sound as satisfying and full as the other notes. It sounds, for want of a better phrase, off in a good way. And that's what they've done there, is they've just got that passing note through there it sounds wrong. And it's not wrong at all. Buddy, what's your problem? Oh, he says I'm coming back. And that's a really nice bit of harmony right there.
Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on?
I love this sense we've got that they're in the same place in two slightly different times. He's digging the grave and then she's mourning at it after the fact. I don't know if that is quite what's going on here or if they're supposed to be in two different places. I probably gushed. Yeah, they are. Because this over here, this formation, log formation in the left-hand side is then here. So it's the same place. I enjoy that. It gives this sense of two people expressing their feelings over the individual. So maybe Riley the gravedigger is seeing John's ghost because he's been dealing with digging that grave. And Mackenzie, the mourner, is seeing John's ghost because she's related in some way, shape or form and is therefore being visited by the ghost when she comes to mourn. I don't know what the story is that's going on here, but it's a lovely setup. I really like that. And now we've got this much fuller orchestration, the beats picked up a little bit, they're both singing again, and yet that sound, that ambiance, that environmental noise has pushed even harder into the mix, and so nothing now feels quite right. It all feels... Sorry, I can't quote marks properly because Timmy is now sitting on my other arm. None of it feels quite right. It all feels like it's got a weight to it. And it all feels like that sound, that environmental noise, is working against the chords that are being played. It's really interesting. And yet, in this version, we're getting really nice, rich, interesting chords being sung and played. So we filled out the sound to be a little bit more on tone and in key, and yet at the same time we have this clashing noise pushing at the background the whole time. I love this so much. And those strings in the background playing their da 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 da, you can almost not hear them because of how much that noise is intruding. I love that we cut from that full sound back into the simplicity of the round. And we cut to this, again, this intense look from Riley, even going so far as to tilt the head back a little bit, give us a little bit of slightly down the nose. There's an ominous menace to him there. And yet Mackenzie's looking straight off camera. We're not getting the same thing from here. We're getting a very different dynamic from the two of them. One is very... It's like, have you seen his ghost? I'm familiar with ghosts. They're around. They're here. Have you seen him? He's just over there right now. Look, right behind you. Whereas Mackenzie's almost... It's the sadness. It's that sense of, have you seen... I haven't seen him yet, maybe. Maybe that's what she's saying. I haven't seen him. I know he's around. He's my loved one, my family member, whatever it happens to be. I haven't seen him. Or maybe she's haunted by... There's so many interpretations here that they're offering through their presentation, and I love it.
Have you seen the
Also, this eerie third voice, which you probably need headphones on to hear it. It's in my right ear specifically, between the two of them. Have you... I'm getting that.
Have you seen the ghost of...
Oh, no, there are two! There's a ghost Riley and a ghost Mackenzie as well. So there are actually... It's a 4-part round. We get the Mackenzie we see... the Riley we see, the Riley we don't see, the Mackenzie we see, the Mackenzie we don't see. So there are 4 voices singing this round. But voices 2 and 4 are so quiet and so in the background, panned hard left and right, and definitely with a little bit of post-processing them on, I think maybe a little bit of radio EQ kind of thing to kind of make them sound a little bit more ghostly and spectral. This is good.
Have you seen the ghost of long white bones with the skin? Long white bones with the skin.
And they're leaving so much decay in this that we're getting these lovely long reverberated passages just holding on, and we're just hearing that sound, and it's all blending together. And it's not a good fugue, a good round is written to be quite clean. It will very rarely clash with itself, but because the notes are hanging on over the top of notes they aren't being sung on top of, they're mixing in with other chords, and it's giving it this very kind of... It's giving a similar effect actually to that environmental noise that I was talking about beforehand, just done with voices instead. This is great.
Bones with the skin. Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin?
Oh, it's so much creepier now. I'm hearing all 4 voices. It's bad enough when I thought there were 3. I don't know why I didn't hear Mackenzie's the first time around. I think I was focusing so much on my right ear, I kind of slightly took away from what I was hearing. And I love there, when we get to the point where Riley repeats, wouldn't it be chilly? When it gets to Mackenzie's turn to do that, she doesn't repeat it. She goes into this rising figure on an R, and it's lovely because we still get the lyric to sing us out. But rather than finishing the round, which would imply everybody sings it an equal number of times, we've got a different route. And it's slightly unexpected if you know how rounds work, and it's just a really, really nice touch. I like that.
Wouldn't it be chilly Wouldn't it be chilly with no skin on?
That's so good. I love that we end up in unison at the end, and we get that beautiful sound of just the 2 voices, maybe the 4, but they're all together now, just singing out that final line, and then that momentary breath before on, it drifts away, and then you just get this accompaniment coming back in again, but crossfading at such a point that you still give the song time to breathe. It still has that moment to sound out before something else then comes in. This is lovely. They did a really good job with this. It is definitely got a little bit of a slightly unsettling, creepy vibe going to it, which is so nice. For something that has... They sang that, 3 times through and then did the round. And for something that only has 4 lines, they didn't change. I did read that sometimes there are additional verses that are made up. There are also slight changes to the words. Some people might, long white bones might be no more bones, I think it was, I read, or something like that. Like, there's a few different variations of what you could do. Some people even think it's the ghost of Tom, or not think, sing that it is the ghost of Tom. There seem to be different versions of it going around. But anyway, the point being, for something where they kept those same 4 lines and just repeated them, they managed to do really interesting things with it and made this an excellent video. Really, really enjoyed that. Great performance, great videography. That's an excellent cover. Well done to Riley and Mackenzie. I really like that's a nice. I like that we're starting with something that's got a little bit of the Halloween vibe, but just a touch. We'll get more as we go throughout the month. That's excellent. Very, very well done. I love that. These two are great. The work they come up with, both in terms of music and in terms of video, is so good. I really, really enjoy what they're doing, and I hope that you did as well. I hope that I managed to bring something to you, whether it was the entire song and the video, or whether it was just this performance, or whether it was something I pointed out that you haven't seen before. That's what I try and do on this channel, so fingers crossed that came across. And thank you very much for joining me for this. Please do like the video. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to decide how often you are notified of my videos going out. And if you care to, head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, where you can donate to support the video. Thank you so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it. Lots more Halloween content to come, all going to plan. And you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.